Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. One of the biggest fears that many of us have in retirement is running out of money. I've been retired for almost 4 years now, and I've learned some truths about retirement and retirement savings that might surprise you. Retirement isn't about living rich or living extravagantly. It's about living well, comfortable, and being free. Today I'd like to share with you some of the ways that I stretch my retirement savings without feeling broke or deprived. But first, let's begin with this reality check, shall we? You don't need $1 million to retire. Really, you don't. That's the standard out there, but you really don't need $1 million to retire. Consider this: only 3% of retirees in the United States of America have $1 million or more. Only 3%. That means the other 97% of us are retiring on less than $1 million. Furthermore, many retirees, if not most retirees, are able to retire on a middle or a modest income. And let me say it another way, say it this way. You can retire on almost any amount of money. It just depends upon what you're willing to accept as a lifestyle, okay? If you want to live high and extravagantly in your retirement years, then of course you're going to need more. If you're willing to live modestly, then of course you're going to need less. But the thing that all of us have in common, no matter what income or tax bracket we're in, is we don't want to run out of money, right? So here's some of the things that I have done to stretch my retirement savings to help make them last without feeling broke, while still enjoying myself without the fear of ever running out. Number one, I have cut out all of the expenses that don't bring me joy. If an expense doesn't bring me joy, if it doesn't make me happy, I don't care what it is, then it's not deserving of my money. I have worked too hard for my money to spend it on stupid stuff or things that don't bring me joy. And some of the things that don't bring me joy are impulse purchases, buying junk from Walmart, too many gadgets, overpriced subscriptions, subscription services, over-consumerism, eating fast food too often, credit card debt, and so forth. And speaking of debt, I avoid it like the plague. Nothing robs me of my joy more than having debt, because it's always looming, it's always there. When you press your head against the pillow at night, the debt is still there. Now that's why my wife and I made it a goal to become 100% debt-free before we retired, which is exactly what we did. And I can tell you that it has been a game changer for us. And here's why. When you have no debt, it unlocks a lot of cash flow. It really does. Number two, the second thing that I do to stretch my retirement savings is I choose to live a simple lifestyle. Living a simple lifestyle really helps me stretch our retirement dollars. For instance, we have affordable hobbies that are low cost, and yet they enrich our lives. Beyond that, we enjoy cooking meals at home, which we can do for pennies on the dollar, not to mention it's a lot more healthier. I enjoy growing vegetables in my garden and picking blueberries from my blueberry orchard out back. I enjoy working out, taking long walks, going fishing, lazy days at the beach, free concerts at the beach, playing my guitar, and attending church on a regular basis. I love quiet time and leisure time. I would rather be camping in a state park for $25 a night while enjoying the great outdoors, rather than being stuck in a tourist trap, standing in long lines all day long, and spending $400 a night for a hotel stay. For me, it's about priorities, choosing the things that align with my values. Living a simple life doesn't mean being broke or feeling deprived. It means pursuing the kind of experiences that enrich my life, and thereby, without engaging in wasteful spending or over-consumerism, I'm stretching every retirement dollar that I have, making it last longer, and spending it on the things that bring me the most joy and happiness. Number 3, I'm a sensible spender. Being a sensible spender means that my retirement savings goes a long way. It doesn't mean living cheap, and it doesn't mean depriving myself. It means I'm not reckless with my money, and I'm not given to overconsumerism. Yes, I can indulge myself whenever I choose to. I can even splurge on things from time to time. And I can even afford expensive things every now and then because I haven't wasted my money over here on reckless things. I have my money still saved for the things that I enjoy, even splurging from time to time. So let me illustrate it this way. Not everyone in the world is rich, right? Including me. And yet most people still live reasonably happy lives, full of activities, families and friends, and still they find a way to make ends meet just fine. And that has helped me to realize that the most fulfilling activities in life don't have to cost a lot of money. Family gatherings don't cost a lot of money. Going for a day trip out of town doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Cycling, hiking through the forest, or having a picnic at the beach doesn't cost a lot of money. And throwing a couple steaks on the grill and having a couple of friends over doesn't cost a lot of money either. But it is nice to be able to afford these things, right? Because they bring joy to us when we engage ourselves in them. At least they do for me. Plus, these are the kind of experiences that are so much more fulfilling than wasteful spending. I spend money, absolutely, but I spend it sensibly. And this has helped me to realize that, you know what? I'm going to make it just fine. I'm not going to run out. I'm never going to run out. I've got enough, not more than enough. I've got enough. I just have to watch the numbers and be sensible about things. Number 4, I focus on my health more than focusing on stuff. If you have gotten a medical bill recently, you know how expensive it can be. Medical bills can eat up your money very quickly, right? Having your health is the greatest wealth of all. You could have $1 million in the bank, but if you don't have your health, what good is it except to pay medical bills with it? We would much rather have our health. That's why I've invested in my health. I do everything that I can to improve my health, to not neglect my health, and maintain my health. I want to keep my medical costs down as much as possible and as long as possible before I get too old. I want to be able to live an active, healthy lifestyle and an enjoyable lifestyle in my retirement years. And after all, that's what retirement is for, right? We want to be healthy and active and enjoy our final years. So what I do is make good lifestyle choices. I spend money, yes, on exercise equipment, healthy food, even if it is more expensive than junk food. I spend money on a good bicycle and recreational activities. And what I'm trying to say is simply this. I don't want to be the guy who takes better care of my car than I do my own body. I don't want to be the guy who takes better care of my pickup truck than I do my own health. And then number 5, this is the biggest one of all. I had to shift my mindset about money and retirement. And what does that mean? This means I had to change the way that I think about retirement life. It's kind of like putting on a different set of glasses. And when you do that, the world out there itself hasn't changed, but how you see it and therefore how you respond to it does change. As a result of that mindset shift, I realize now that in retirement, it means that I focus less on running out of money and more on making the most of what I have. It means I think more in terms of freedom, not my financial limits. And instead of asking, what can't I afford, I ask, what do I choose to spend my money on that brings me the greatest enjoyment or happiness? For me, True wealth isn't just money. It's about having autonomy, control over my own life. It's about having time, health, personal freedom, and freedom from the rat race. Living the life that I'm living right now, even with all of its limits, is so great that I would never do anything to risk my personal freedom and ever have to go back and work again of necessity. Man, I would be willing to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and live in a van down by the river before I would ever jeopardize the personal freedom that I now have in my retirement years. By stretching your retirement savings through these tips and so many more, you can live free for the rest of your life. Well, there you go. That's all for now. What are some of the expenses that you have cut that has made your retirement life much better? And how do you make your retirement savings stretch and make them to last longer? So leave me a comment down below. Put it in the comment section, because you might give someone else a great idea and it will help them out. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button that you'll find down below. Please like and subscribe. I'm Ronnie. Take care, and we'll see you next time.